Hello, everyone. This is Tom, your host for the Hidden Truth channel. How's everybody doing this evening? Tonight, we're going to do our live stream on Why We Fight. Why I picked that title was that was a propagandist film, series of films that the United States came out with during World War II to get everybody behind World War II. That's why I decided to name it that. So, anyway, Why We Fight. Ought to be a pretty interesting one, huh? Well, I got to eat up a little time before people show up. So, did you hear that death toll or casualty report or whatever? How many casualties Ukraine's had during the war is a little higher than what they've been saying? No kidding. 1.7 million? I'd say it's probably double that. What about the MIAs and stuff? By the way, yeah, the war's not going the way Ukraine had planned. And remember, we heard all this stuff at the beginning of it, first year and a half, how Russia was just losing and Ukraine was going to win and all this stuff. I bet you Russia hasn't lost that many men. But anyway, that's a new tally. And they only got a country of 40 million people. So let's say they lost 2 million people. That's 5% of the population already due to this war. Probably more, but let's say 5% casualties of their population of their country. You know, maybe Zelensky's going to be the last victim of the war, because I guarantee you, if something ever happened to him, this war would be over right away, because I don't think there's anybody in Ukraine that wants to become NATO's or the U.S. stooge over this war. So anyway, yep, the war ain't going too good for Ukraine. And look at this. They've had all our NATO equipment, all the U.S. equipment, which is basically all NATO's equipment is basically all the U.S. equipment. And Russia's still winning the war. So, you know, everybody needs to take that in mind when they want to take Russia on. Russia's already taken us on. The only thing we don't have is boots on the ground, which I'm sure isn't too far behind. But anyway, let's get into the subject tonight. Why we fight. Okay, like I say, that was a World War II propagandist series of films that came out that the U.S. government made to get everybody behind World War II. KAD, are you a veteran soldier? No, I am a veteran Marine. Marine Corps. So, yes, I am a veteran, but out of the Marine Corps. But anyway, they had this series called Why We Fight during World War II. So I decided, hey, I'd name my program that tonight, and we discuss why we should fight on the Air Force. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, because you look like a veteran. God bless America. Well, yeah, I look like a veteran and I sound like a veteran. Definitely sound like a Marine. And people always say, you're crazy. Really? That's what you do to somebody when you take this naive 18-year-old that just graduated high school, and months later they're ready to charge a machine gun nest with them shooting at them. So, you know, just part of the game. Oh, I see. Bonjour. We're here from France. Hey, nice to see you from France. Hope you're staying safe out there. That country's kind of losing its identity too, along with everybody else. But okay, let's get it. Why we fight. And I'm talking about why Americans need to fight to take our country back. Like I said, I have sat here on my channel. Being a vet, I feel it's my right to call up the well-regulated militia in this country. And the well-regulated militia in this country is all us vets. Okay? We need to take action, people. Like I say, I made it short today. How much of our tax money you think is going to support Ukrainian veterans from their war compared to the veterans in our country? I bet you the Ukrainian veterans are getting a lot more. Anybody want to dispute that? Of course, we'd never get the real number on that. That's just one. Letting our borders wide open. our founding fathers would have never thought that our country could have got this messed up and the people want to rise up. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 94, I went in when Reagan was in, got out when Clinton was in, and I could see the difference in this country. And I knew bad times were coming, but I never thought in my wildest dreams that people would bend the way they do. See, some people bend until they break. Just some people are really flexible, can take it. And there's other people like me that aren't going to take shit. You need a break? I need to keep going at this, people. Keep going at it. There's so much. I got kids and grandkids that I want to live for, that I don't want to have the life that I see coming in the future. There's lots of reasons why we need to fight. And one of them is definitely our children. Can you imagine leaving our country in a poorer state? The first generation to leave our country in a poorer state than we got it for the people that are going to inherit it from us? That's not right. And the government just running into the ground. Frankly, I'm getting sick of being lied to. Like I say, our crime is so bad in this country that now we got the military in the street to sit there and help with crime, and everybody's going, that's great. No, the thing is, we got the military in the street because our crime is so bad. That's not great. And like I say, I haven't heard no date when they're going to leave D.C. yet, okay? Seems like they might be there to stay for a while. And the number was 2,000. Now it's 4,000. I heard it's even higher than that. That's just another reason why we need to fight. Do you think I want to sit there at my age and want to sit there and fight my government? I want to sit there and take on my government right now? I want to sit there and relax and enjoy my life, my retirement years. But no, I got to get my gander all up. Why does a person fight? Because they get pushed. They're something in their life's in danger. They need to protect themselves or the people they love. That's why they fight. You got two people, the ones that go out looking for fights, and you got the ones that aren't going to become a victim and they fight. Okay, that's the way I am. I can see the oppression, the pressure on me from the government, and I live in the middle of nowhere. I can see the craziness in this country. I can go to the store and see that it's getting awful expensive to live in this country. I can be on social media and see how they're censoring the shit out of us. And while I'm on that, if you want to help support the channel, please hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification. Because YouTube's slamming down hard again. They just don't want the truth out there. They don't want somebody else's opinion out there. If my opinion must be a little scary because other people may listen to it and think, hey, that guy knows what he's talking about. Maybe a little crazy, but he knows what he's talking about. And the last thing they want to happen is liberal conservatives and the Democrats and the Republicans in the middle coming together and having a nice conversation about what's all going on. Social media is what we have in the UK. Yeah, the social media crap. I'm in the United States. I'm a United States Marine. I can say whatever the hell I want in this country. And I'm not going to be scared of no 3-letter agency that I'm supposed to be scared of. Oh, bullshit. See, this is the thing the Americans have forgotten about. Our government's supposed to be scared of us. And look at England. Look how far you've come since the Magna Carta and King John, huh? Maybe the Knights need to get together again and do something with all King Charles. I love America too. I love America, but our government is corrupt. Absolutely rotten to the core. The worst criminals in the world ever. I mean, if they, if the E-list that doesn't exist, if all the clients on that list were to get arrested, yeah. But see, I love America. I love my country. I love my fellow American citizen. But our government has just completely gone to shit. And the thing is now it's affecting the whole world. People all over the world. I mean, there's a saying, right? We have in America, right? We're from the government. We're here to help. You know what countries have to put up with? We're from the United States. We're here to help. And they got to put up with that shit. Crazy times, people, crazy times. Oh, I tell you what, YouTube has no freedom of speech anymore, people. No freedom of speech, just like I say. Pushing you. When you live in a country where you're allowed to be free, and when I grew up free, and they sit there and want to push all this shit on you that 40 years ago, they would have been thrown in jail for violating people's constitutional rights. But in this country now we got too big to fail and too big to jail. They're allowed to do whatever they want to the little guy. Because you know what? We don't see the crime. Just like that list that don't exist. We don't see nothing. Nothing ever happened. It's all a hoax. But then, they're going to release files on the hoax now. There's so many reasons why we need to fight. And we're justified in it. Completely justified as American citizens to take our country back, to throw off this government because of its long train of abuses, with its one objective, to make all American citizens, no matter what your political affiliation, color, race, what you do in your bedroom, they want to make us all slaves. And the ones they don't need us, well, ding, maybe we'll get dropped out of cargo planes in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, huh? That's still silly. But anyway, it's time to sound like a broken record sometimes. I can't believe people have been so lulled to sleep in our country. Just lulled to sleep. That, nobody, like 9/11 woke a lot of people up to realize, hey, we're getting hit with the real world today. I knew it was coming. Because I had to live in the real world over there. What's it going to take for people to wake up to the real world these days? I mean, people can't afford to live in this country no more. The average person can't buy a house. If you have an extra quarter in your pocket, the government's figuring out on a way to take it from you. And then say they're doing a favor at the same time. Well, they surveil you more and more and more. More information. Like the FBI. J. Edgar Hoover was said to know the most about every American in the country back in that day. So it sounds like the FBI was an intelligence gathering information instead of a law enforcement agency, huh? Sounds like he knew a lot about law-abiding citizens that he didn't need to know. And the FBI is still doing the same old thing, except now they're flat out harassing people and using all those files against Americans. Sad state of affairs, people. It's just going to get worse. Why we fight? Because we need to fight. And the fight is coming. See, people, this is it. The fight is coming. You cannot conquer an area until you put the troops on the ground. Until you conquered that enemy on the ground. And right now, the government's enemy is us vets and us patriots and us constitutionalists out here. Okay? And they still need to put their troops on the ground with their little minions to take us over. And like I say, this country's created a lot of vets over the last 35 years of war. Calm your ass down. I'm not even excited yet. You want to see excited, Marcus? Go to my live stream called A Defeatist Attitude, a Marine's Perspective. You want to see excited? And I'm not going to calm down. You know why? Because our country's fucking falling apart. So you explain to me why a Marine who took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States, which is being trashed, should settle the hell down. Why? Why? I can see on the chopper me going, hey guys, I realize we're going to start land in a hot LZ here real soon, but everybody just calm down. Moronic statement to tell a Marine to calm down, especially when he has every right to get excited. Lincoln and this country wouldn't have taken from without. Lincoln and this country wouldn't be taken from without, but within. Yeah. Like we're following the same path as Rome. Exactly. With the sexual depravity, to our money being worthless, to our borders, endless wars that we can't afford, to our borders being protected by, remember they wanted illegals in the military. Oh yeah, we're following the same thing as Rome. And remember, when Rome fell, the West, not Constantinople in the East, but the West, Europe, they fell into the Dark Ages for hundreds of years. Well, the East, Constantinople, shined like a glowing sun. Same thing's going to happen this time, people. The West is going to collapse. In the East, well, they can see what's coming and they're preparing. Anyway, Rome moved to the east. Yeah, Constantinople. Rome broke in half. And the European side of Rome went into the Dark Ages for hundreds of years. I know this. Because like I say, the same thing's going to happen this time. The West is going to collapse and the East is going to shine. You know, whatever. You know, our politicians are so educated, so extremely educated, just smart beyond belief. But they never studied history. To what happens when you trash a country or push your people down so much to where they have to fight for their own existence. They don't learn. It's like every time a tyrant gets killed, you got 10 more waiting to take his spot, say, hey, I got a better way of doing it. It'll work this time. Just like communism. Oh, it'll work this time. You know the thing wrong with communism? Nobody has the same ambition. Nobody's equal. So you got the ones that have a lot of, it's just, nobody has that same ambition. You know, not everybody's equal in this world. You know, we're all born equal, but not even born equal. You know, but the world's as fair as you make it. Anyway, that's what I was taught. Get a therapist. Why? Why? Boy, you guys just don't understand the Marine Corps. I tell you what, you wussies ever had to sit there and spend 10 minutes in a barracks? You would go out crying, ah! They're all monsters in there. Damn, I'm relaxed, dude. I don't know where you're coming from. See, these are the people that when shit gets really bad, how are they going to handle it? When I get videos, it's windy out here, I do a video, oh my God, I can't handle that wind. It's just, I can't handle it. How are you going to handle when stuff gets tough? I mean, like, they think this is bad? God damn, they want me to go drill instructor on them? That's what I mean. Beta males, complete and utter beta males. And I don't mind calling a beta male out because maybe I'll sit there and rub him the wrong way enough till he'll actually find his testosterone and maybe decide to sit there and start standing up for himself. Besides on a keyboard in his basement and stuff. Beta males. You know, this is one reason why Washington, D.C. and all you beta males don't understand. Sigma males and alpha males do not fear beta males. It's against nature. We know we can dominate the hell out of your shit. It doesn't matter. Your money would never save you. Beta males. A bunch of fucking pussy ass men walking around that never earned their manhood, never did anything to prove to themselves that they were a man. That's one thing bad about this culture, the West, that a lot of other cultures have. You got to prove your manhood. And you got beta males out there everywhere, that hide behind their wives. Hide behind them. And usually their wives are, you know, a 300-pound. And you got the skinny little white guy behind them. Really? And I'm supposed to fear that, right? I'm supposed to fear that. Are you out of your mind? See, I know what it's like to be a man. I know what it's like to be in dangerous situations. And a beta male would never... Let's just say when I was in the military and the unit I was in, it was definitely all full of alpha, strong alpha males, okay? There was no sick shit in there, no betas, okay? Never would have made it. Never would have made it. Anyway, but this is the world we live in, right? And these are the people that, when us vets and patriots who want to stand up for our country, and we do what needs to be done and we solve the problem, these are going to be all the males that come, oh, I was all for you. Oh, yeah, I would, yeah. Pussies. Pussies. Like I say, these beta males, they can get out here and hide behind their mask or hide behind a false name or whatever. It just shows you right there, buddy, you're a beta male. A real male will get out there like this. Hey, you see me here? Hey, you see this government? Fuck you. You know, I didn't play the game, as Simon says, with the old 2020, 2021 bullshit. Went against everything. God, I didn't even wear a mask, get a shot, social distance, went the wrong way at the arrows in the store, went to work every day, never got sick. How am I still alive? Oh, that's right, I'm not a beta male. I decided to use my immune system. It worked. Imagine God giving us something in our body that worked. But the pharmaceutical companies sit there and lie to people. Anyway, this, like I say, dealing with beta males. I grew up around men. Men. Went in the Marine Corps, is around men. And then I get out of the Marine Corps and I'm getting introduced to all these beta males. I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? People that tell me that I need to go to Personality 101. Really? Beta males. Oh, you can't say that to me. That microaggression me. And I'd kick your ass, but I can't because I'm a beta male. So I'm just going to insult you all a lot. Like I say, you know, these ICE agents, they'll have 20 of them running at him, right, with his back turned. And all he's got to do is turn around, go like that, and the other 20 go running that damn way. Beta males. Beta males. And then they're going to sit there and try to tell vets to calm down. Some people have never been in the real man zone before. And that's a problem with this country. It's gotten way too soft. Boys are not challenged these days in this country at all from day one. I mean, they have no muscle tone, no athletic ability. I mean, they're, you know, lower, the beta males, full of them. What division were you a part of? I was in the 2nd Marine Division out of Camp Lejeune. And we deployed all the time. The longest I was ever in Iraq at the same time when I was on ship. We were always deploying. I got to see a lot of the world. Camp Lejeune sucks. I don't know. I liked it. The thing is, right? Everybody's seen those commercials about the Camp Lejeune water, right? Well, I was there during that time. It was towards the end of that time, but I was in during that time, right? And I say it had the opposite effect on me because I'm going to be 58 in 3 days. Haven't been to the doctor in well over 20 years. Extremely healthy, and I'm glad for it at my age. And like I say, it must have the opposite effect on me. Don't have to take no medications. In perfect health. So thank God for that Camp Lejeune water. Every time I saw that commercial, I'm like, well, I don't know. It had the opposite effect on me because I drank a lot of that water. It tasted good, especially after you're sweating your ass off after working out and stuff. But no, I like Camp Lejeune. Jacksonville, like I said, we weren't there that much. We were always overseas or training somewhere in the United States. Lived out of a sea bag, everybody. That's one thing about Camp Lejeune. That is a deploying base. They deploy a lot. A lot of the units there deploy a lot. But if you're in the ground side there, you definitely deploy. I'm sure that's the same way it is now. Maybe it's not. What's good, Tom? Nothing much these days. Based on brain damage, I think 1991. Based on the brain, I don't get that, Patrick. What are you trying to say? I've been brain dead since 1991. As long as you got 100% disability, I don't have 100%. I do got a little disability for my hearing. Okay? That's it. But they said my mind's fine, people. So everybody that thinks I'm crazy, the VA said I'm just fine. I just got tendonitis in my ear. Those guns going off, they tend to get a little loud after a while. But that's one thing, all you people that think I get excited, I'm on here, I need to calm down. Don't worry. When you got that machine gun going off right next to you, and you got bullets and mortars coming in, don't worry. Just calm down. You'll be fine. Oh, this country has gotten so soft. So soft. Anyway. Lord Vader, I like it, 2010. I like it, Lord Vader. Hey, you like the old Star Wars? Yep. Star Wars, came out in 77? It was 1982 before I finally got to see that movie. It's like being the only kid in your class that never saw Star Wars. Yeah. Then again, I grew up poor. But I finally got to see it. If anybody remembers the video disc player movies they used to have, I got to see somebody had one of them and we watched it. I wish I was alive when it came out. Really? Yeah, it was the thing, man. And all I got to see is the toys coming out. Never got to see the movie for 5 years. It was something I tell you what, I like the remakes they did of them, where you got to add all the extra stuff to it and you got to make the special effects better. Those are the ones I got. I like them. But the movies after the first three, I went to one Star Wars movie, probably the second or third one after the new series started coming out, was that back in the 90s. And the first half hour of it was nothing but fighting and swords and stuff, and it was crazy. I walked out. I'm like, I don't even understand what the hell this movie's about. But I know it's gotten into some big-ass series. But yeah, the original Star Wars, still the best. There's a lot of good things, the originals, that were still the best. We had a great time back then. You know why movies suck now? Because like every other industry in the country, we're getting DEI hires, and they're not getting as educated as the writers and the other people that dealt with Hollywood before. I mean, the advertising school. That school's got to be. I mean, anybody listen to commercials these days? They're stupid. They're stupid. Movies today suck. Yeah, I know. I haven't. The last movie I went to in the theater was with my youngest daughter, and that would have been back in, let's see, probably 2011. We went and saw Spirit. She was 9 years old or something like that. I took her to go see Spirit, that one horse cartoon. But yeah, I haven't been to a movie in a theater. Now I hear they got assigned seats. But I got a lot of, I still have VHS tapes and DVDs. I have hard copies. But the newest movies I got probably is the Hunger Games series. How old is that? That's probably 10 years now, right? But most of my stuff is from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And some I even got from the 40s and stuff. But yeah, everything sucks these days, okay? I got to fly. That won't leave me alone. But yeah, the quality of everything's going down. And we pay more for it. I mean, how much does it cost to take a family to the movies? Come on, fly. These days, $100? And that's if dad goes without anything from the concession stand? And then what you get, like the Snow White movie? I've been collecting vinyl record. Oh, I got an old record player. Yep, old one from the 60s. It's got a old black and white TV set in it too. And the guy I rent from, he's got a lot of this old nostalgic stuff and still works. He's got a bunch of vinyls. Oh, I know. But vinyls are starting to come back out in Walmart. They're selling them now, I think. But, long playing albums. When we have this reset in this country, we need to bring back 8-tracks. Oh yeah, who remembers the 8-track players in cars? I do. Listen to Don Williams on 8-track. Ever play Super Nintendo? No, I wasn't rich enough to have video game consoles when I was growing up. And that came out, when did Nintendo come out? Anyway, we didn't have, I remember when Atari first came out. I mean, the Pac-Man game where where his face didn't even change directions. Pong, the old stuff. We weren't rich enough to have stuff like that. But that's when I did have money to go to the arcade, though. The arcade was just a place for kids to hang out, where the video games were. So, having a game console at home wasn't a big a draw as the arcade was back then. Everybody liked going to the arcade. So, anyway, but compared to now, those games were stupid. Well, that's so cool. Thank you for responding. Here in my town, we have a real nice dollar theater, but it's not new movies. That's fine. In Julesburg, Colorado, they still got a small theater. One big screen, just one theater and stuff. But seeing stuff on the big screen is just a different experience. You know what I really miss? I miss drive-ins. That's what I miss. When I was stationed out in the Marine Corps in Woodby, Island, Washington, they had Oak Harbor had a drive-in theater. And they had it where you could, this was back in the early 90s, but the sound came through your radio you had to tune into a FM radio station. And I miss the drive-in. Those were the good old days, especially when we were kids. Do you know the Watts in Julesburg? I dated CG Horrible. Do you know the Watts in Julesburg? No, I don't. I live about. I'm in Nebraska, but I live about 20 miles from Julesburg. I don't know anybody there, so. But I see it didn't go very good. Yeah, personally, I've been divorced 3 times. I got too much stuff I want to do in my life. I'm not going to be told no, I can't do it no more. So, but hey, Patrick, how you doing? So anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate it. So, boy, back on the subject, why we fight. We can get so off. I wish everybody could experience this country like I do. And then you would know what kind of craziness you live in. And then you wouldn't have a problem getting even more nuts than I get. I mean, like I say, I don't have to lock my door. I can leave for weeks at a time and not have to lock my door. I don't have to take the keys out of my vehicle. Imagine living in that. And then you wonder why I see what's going on in the city, and I don't want that shit here. You know, we were sent in the Marine Corps to fight overseas, and I'd ask why we're over here. So it doesn't come to our country. So we're fighting it overseas. Well, now it's in our country, so I'm going to fight it so it don't come to my neighborhood. Bob, piss up a rope. Oh. You gotta let the trolls in here too. They need a place to stay. You know, this is the thing, people. How are we going to get over our differences and solve our problems if we got people in this country that the first thing they only want to do is pick on or insult people? I mean, can you start a good debate or have a good conversation if the first thing that comes out of your mouth is insulting people? I don't understand this concept. Are you so angry at yourself that you're trying to take it out on somebody? Or are you so angry at a stranger that you don't know nothing about that you just got to ridicule and try to cut down? I'm not sure. But it sounds like a personal problem to me. But these are the people that would rather have hate and discontent. Some people just thrive on chaos. And they'll do whatever they can to create chaos. And if they'll go to any extreme to create chaos. It's like people that'll do anything to get attention. This is what you deal with these people. Oh, they get a reaction. Not here, buddy. All trolls are welcome here. I like anybody here that'll make my analytics do good. I just don't have a moderator in here tonight. So I'm just going to let the chat go. Maybe Google can find some of that. But yeah, I got moderators. They're usually stop yipping. No. Why? Why? Tell me why. Come and make me, bitch. Come make me. Come make me. How much control do you have on my ass? None. Come make me. I'm glad you're here listening to it. Thank you. I appreciate it. But you know what? I don't have to do anything anybody fucking says. Especially some freaking beta male. Betas. Beta, beta, beta. Beta alert. Beta alert. You better do what I say or you microaggressioned me. I tell you what, I put a short on. You can see where I live. Come knock on my door. See where that gets you, Mr. Beta. But we don't have Starbucks here or Walmart or anything like that. We just have people that cling to our guns and Bibles. Probably not a safe place for you. And it doesn't matter what political affiliation is. We're not going to let weirdos into our area. That's what happens when you live in a county that has less than 2,000 people in it. You can keep the undesirables out. Okay? And when I say undesirables, I don't mean people of different colors or nationalities. I mean people of limited mental capacity. We don't have a homeless problem here. I wonder why. Oh, that's right. Everybody works. It's amazing. Anyway, Angry Dude, you haven't even seen Angry yet. Like I say, all you guys think this is a bad one? Go to The Defeatist Attitude, a Marine's Perspective. Go to that video. I'm a pussycat in this video. I'm not even close. I mean, I went far beyond Alex Jones in that video. And like I say, if you can't handle this little conversation, what are you going to do when the bullets are flying? That's what I told my guys in the Marine Corps. Now just settle down, everybody. We can talk this out. It will just everybody calm down. Right? God. Beta. Say I'll call betas out all day long. Maybe you rough them up a little bit. Get them a little angry. I'm not a beta. Mommy, give me my peanut butter toast. I'm no beta. I'm going to hide behind this mask. I'm no beta. Like I say, alphas and sigmas, I'm a sigma. We don't fear beta males at all. It's against nature for a superior male to fear an inferior male. Just the way it is. You know, people chose their life path. Some men chose to be beta males. Some men chose to be real men. And this is what you got to deal with. He's going to run like the, run. I'm not running for president. Oh. This country, it's not, this country, like I say, we need to have 1776 all over again. Voting hasn't worked in this country. That's been just making it worse. Nothing's going to work. Okay, the people need to rise up. Our side needs a leader. That's what we need. So hopefully he comes one day. But like I say, why do we got to fight? Let me talk to the people, not you trolls. Just hold off a little bit. Let me talk to you men that go to work every day and you women that go to work every day to make a living. And all you do is sit there and yearn for when you get to go home and see your family and be with your family unit. And remember why you do everything. And you sit and you watch your TV or play your cards. Those men. The ones that are struggling, time in the trenches, raising kids, working their asses off. You know, fighting with your spouse because of pressures on you and stuff. The average American that's just had enough. Whether you're clinging to your guns and Bibles or you're just clinging to existence. Us beating up on each other isn't going to make it, that isn't going to fix it. That's just going to make the ones that are causing all this more powerful. Divide and conquer. There's so many reasons why we need to fight. Our government has failed the American people. And this is another thing I like to say. Everybody would say they're not following the Constitution. Read the Constitution. You'll see a lot of ways they're not following it. And if our Constitution is no longer the law of the land, you might say, and that is a document that the people gave the authority. With that document, we gave the authority to the government to govern us. You understand? So if that document no longer matters, then they no longer have the authority to govern us. That's as easy as it gets. And this is the situation we live in right now. Nobody wants to fight, but we're being forced up against the wall. Your lives are being affected by government decisions. I mean, look at that trucking accident in Florida, where that ignorant piece of shit who should have never been driving a truck tries to make a U-turn in the middle of the interstate and 3 people die. Because of our government policies, Americans die, and no politician is ever held responsible for it. Well, it's time we start holding politicians responsible for everything. When the truth comes out, everybody, when the truth comes out about what these people are saying, everybody on this live stream that thought I was needed to settle down, you're going to be losing your mind worse than I did in that defeatist attitude live stream. Believe me. Because when it's showing to you how you've been lied to and deceived and you fell for it, and you finally feel like, man, I've been suckered, and you guys are all against microaggressions anyway, wait till you really find out you've been played for the fool. And don't get mad at us, the ones that already see you being played for the fool. And we're not going to be played. Sucker punched. Have you considered not being a retard? Why? Thank you for being here and supporting the channel and commenting, sir. All the analytics could help. But I don't know. I never considered being one. Why? Maybe you can fill me in what it's like. I don't know what it's like, but maybe you can fill me in on how it's like, because you must be living that type of life, huh? Boy, I tell you what, all you guys that have so sensitive ears, what do you think it was like inside a tavern in the colonies in the 1770s? What do you think it was like? Probably sounded a hell of a lot worse than this. But Mr. Sensitive, soft country. I'm soft. I'm soft. See, I'm not soft. I'm tough. I sweat. I work in the cold and the heat. Probably outwork your ass. I can endure. Okay? And I can get angry. And I also have the right to sit there and talk on this platform. This is the thing. These people, they have my analytics out so much. I mean, YouTube loves when these trolls get on here and they sit there and do this. It helps my analytics. The more trolls I have on, the better it is. So you guys keep it up. Like I said, I made that short about trolls have a purpose too. You can't have good without evil. And these little goddamn, I'm getting too many good comments, not enough trollish comments. So these trolls gotta keep coming up. Yeah, this is, is that all the best you can do is insult me? Jesus Christ, I was in the Marine Corps. That's not even kindergarten insults. Get up there, buddy. You want to insult like a professional, quit insulting like a frickin' preschooler. Get up there, buddy. Get up there. Rise to the occasion. Come up with an insult that's a masterpiece. You may have to think a little bit, though. This thick-ass skin, Marie, they think they're going to get under my skin. I mean, these are pussies. These are pussies that if I sat there and looked at them wrong, they'd be curling up in a freaking corner. I don't have to say shit. Just my presence will sit there and make them cower. But don't worry. Words, I was brought up to in an age where sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Not like you guys were brought up. Words will kill you to fucking death because oh my God, they'll just kill you. Pussies, beta males. Like I say, what more do I say? He's fucking beta male. Call of Duty warrior beta male. I exercised my thumb. I wonder why our whole unit looked like a bunch of football players. Oh yeah, that's because war is a physically demanding sport. But hey, your thumb will be ready to go. My trolls are leaving me. Get back here, trolls. I guess they don't like it when you want them here. You got to have fun with some people. I'm not going to lighten up, people. I'm not going to lighten up. I want my country back. And I'm going to do whatever it takes. And if I piss a troll off in the meantime, do you think I really give a rat's ass? I mean, you got to look at the type of person that you're upsetting. Not worth losing any sleep over, okay? By the way, I guess they all left me. Shoot. I shouldn't have done that. I figured I want a few of them to stay here, but all my trolls went bye-bye. Wits. You want to match wits with me? Go for it. You're probably going to lose. You want to compare brain pans with me? You're probably going to lose. Especially you younger generation that have not been given an education at all. But you've been taught to act on emotion. And emotion, period. How you feel dominates on how you act in your life. No reason, no reality. Like I heard these sons of bitches say. Morality before reality. So basically, you can fuck a guy up the ass before you want to join morality. Your morality's so fucked up, you can't join morality. Beta males. The absolute corruption of the mind. Like I say, this country's following the same thing Rome did. Now, if the Roman people would have stood up to their emperor, and brought back the old Rome, maybe things would have been different, but they were so low. I mean, they were partying in Rome as the barbarians are on the walls of the damn of the city. Just like in World War II, they're partying in the Reichstag as the Russians are in Berlin. You know, that's one thing. I can't wait until the leaders of this country are in the same fate as the Nazis were in their bunker in late April 1945, first part of May. When history repeats itself that way, okay? You know, the part of the history that the tyrants don't want to read or don't want to do it because they got a new way of doing it that's going to work. By the way, we got lots of reasons to fight, people. Lots of reasons to fight. And when comes time, maybe we'll forget about all these stupid little differences we have between us. God dang it, I lost all of my trolls. He thinks Berlin is in Russia. When did I say Russia? Berlin's in Germany, dumbass. When I'm talking about the Russians in Berlin, what was the last battle of World War II? Oh, that would have been when the Russians took Berlin, dumbass. This is what I'm saying. But they took it. I thought Berlin was in Russia. No, I said the Russians were in Berlin. But see, that person's probably never been told they were wrong. This is what you deal with in today's world. Okay? Yes, he's stoned. Really? Are you stoned there, Bob? Well, hey, if you're stoned, go ahead. I don't care. You can do whatever you want, Bob. Glad you're stoned. Hey, guess what? I got some trolls back in here. Yeah. Trolls helping with my analytics. I love it when they do that. Hey, make sure you make as many comments as you can, Bob. And like I say, oh, hey, Strictly Cycling, how's it going? Hey, I've been doing pretty good. I got all the trolls to leave me for a little bit. Hey, I said some stuff they didn't like, so they all went away. But there's a few of them in here if you want to get rid of them. I got a moderator in here now. The Blue Wrench guy. So we got a lot of younger pups in here, that a lot of beta males that are trying to compete with alpha males and sigma males, and they're not doing a very good job of it. Can you imagine being so thin skinned that you can sit there, you think you can say to somebody and get them all worked up? I mean, it's a crazy world. This is the world we live in. But, oh, there he goes. Bob was just timed out for 5 minutes. Well, I appreciate it. But, Bob, we got a few in here tonight. They don't like me. I don't understand why. All they can do is insult me, thinking it's going to bother me. I'd love to get some of these sons of bitches out here with me so I can work their asses off. Hey, I need some help today. I'll pay you $2 an hour. It'll work the living piss out of them. So-called men. But, boop Bob's ass out. Yeah, Phil, he was getting kind of crazy. But see, this is the thing. Why would you come on social media and show yourself to be a complete asshole, a complete idiot, a complete prick? Okay? Is he the one that said I thought Berlin was in Russia? Okay. Pretty sad what's going on in today's world. They're just brain dead sons of bitches. I wonder what it's like when they're trying to have an intelligent or somebody's trying to have a conversation with them when they're at work. If all they do is start insulting and saying nasty shit to people right away, if that's how they solve their issues. Always jealous of their cubicle next to them because, I don't know, they got a better glass, better cup they put their coffee in. Hey, thanks. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, please, and subscribe and the bell notification. Help this channel grow. Even you trolls, man, you got a place here. Yeah, we were talking about why we need to fight. I don't know, Strictly Cycle, if you ever saw that series that they came out with propagandist film during World War II is called Why We Fight. It came up by the American government and the army and stuff. But I always wondered where they worked and how they conducted themselves in life. Yeah, I mean, most people, if I walked into, on a chat, if I comment on a chat, I never insult. If I have something bad to say, I don't say nothing. But like I say, if you go into a group of people, especially a group of people you don't know, do you start being obnoxious and retarded and all that shit? Are there people actually like that to go into a group of people they don't know to try to upset them? Like I say, I live out here in the sticks, man. That seems like an awful waste of energy. You only have so much time and energy to give to a day. And I'm not going to waste it on something like that. But yeah, it's like I'm having a meeting in my house and everybody's here to come here to hear what I have to say. And then some moron walks in the door and starts shit with the whole group. And they wonder why they get thrown out by their belt and the collar of their shirt. I don't know where to go with people these days. They don't care about their freedom or liberty. They just want to make sure they have the right to harass patriots. And all these people, when we act, we finally do what's expected out of us by our founding fathers. Like I say, all these people are going to benefit from it. They're all going to benefit. But see, after this is all solved, no more free rides. You're going to have independence, freedom, and a pursuit of happiness and liberty. But there ain't going to be no government handouts. The world is your oyster, but the government's not handing out pearls, okay? And that's the way we need to get back to. And then a lot of these people will be forced to grow up. See, when you have no responsibility in life, you never grow up, ever. If everything's always handed to you and you never struggle, you never grow. If you never sit there and go through hard times, you basically never grow up. That's one thing that makes you grow up and understand life, is dealing with hard times. You know, that's why I'm so woke up now, because I can see the hard times America's dealing with. Just too bad a lot of Americans don't see it yet. Anyway, I've been going for an hour here. Are you pro Second Amendment? Hell yeah. The Second Amendment also, you know, like I say, they always say the Second Amendment's about hunting and home invasion. That's one of the benefits of having the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is about throwing off tyrannical governments. And I'll make my point by saying, when Thomas Jefferson said, and me being a Marine also, I support the Second Amendment, but Thomas Jefferson said that the Tree of Liberty should be watered by the blood of tyrants and patriots every 20 years. I don't think he was thinking about home invasions during that time. But this is the thing. You have a home invasion, like Sheriff Grady Judd. Blow him out your door. We'll come pick up the body. Well, I bet he just doesn't have a problem with home invasions in his county, when he's telling their citizens they have every right to protect themselves with deadly force. The Second Amendment is a miracle from God, a gift from God that the founding fathers put in our Bill of Rights. A gift from God. That's the miracle God gave us to stay free. Okay? The problem is, in this country, not enough people have the will to enact on the Declaration of Independence and the Second Amendment. Okay? And people like me, this Marine like me, get silenced, told I'm crazy, told I'm nuts, told I need to settle the fuck down. I mean, all these people that tell me to settle down, at what point do they cross your line in the sand where you finally get excited? At what point does the government finally cross their line in the sand, wherever their line is? Because the government's already done, hopped over my line, and they're about 10 miles past it. And then these people, oh my gosh, I should have got excited 10 years ago. What's your view on that January 6th issue? It was a protest. Our government failed us. It was no insurrection. It was a protest. They had this all planned. They knew the protest was going to happen, and they wanted to incite violence. And then they sat there and came up with this stupid insurrection shit and thought, you know, where are the 14,000 hours of footage by the cameras? They were trying to create an insurrection, but didn't create it. So they just sat there and said it happened. Okay? What was AOC said she was in her office shaking or whatever, and she wasn't even in the frickin' building? But you know what I like to say about January 6th? What? Biden had all those people that he arrested in jail within his first 100 days in office, and Trump still can't seem to arrest anybody that's on the list that don't exist. And then you got Hillary Clinton saying on TV how now Trump's finally coming around and understanding the thinking that, and start thinking like he needs to think. He's got Hillary Clinton saying that. Anyway, if you could push a magic button and be taller, get rid of that fucker. This, Justin, you are a fucking moron. Ha, ha, ha. Fucking moron. Everybody put Justin is a moron in the chat. Justin is a moron. We need to start calling these people out. We need to start every single time they poke their head out in public. You're a fucking moron. Ha ha, you're a fucking moron. See, that's how people used to be taught to act proper. They were teased. You're a fucking moron. This is the intelligence level of people in the United States of America. This is the shit. When I was growing up, you would have got the shit kicked out of you. You would have been beat up every fucking day until you straightened out. Okay? You would have been laughed. You would have been totally isolated. Nobody would have wanted to spend one fucking second with you because you're a dumb ass. And that's what we got in this country today. Dumbasses. Unintelligent, ignorant dumbasses who live their lives completely on emotion and not reality. Like I say, when we take our country back, those people, you think the homeless problem is bad now? Nobody's going to have a free ride. If you're homeless, that's just the way it is. You chose to sit there and take a life path of being a fucking idiot? Well, then pay the consequences for it. But nobody who sat there and made the right choices in life is going to pay for anybody who made the wrong choices in life no more. That shit's going to stop. Okay? Anyway, I've been going for an hour and 5 minutes. I've pissed off enough trolls. Anyway, appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate you being here, Strictly Cycling. Like I say, you see it. How are we ever going to get together when the first thing most Americans want to do is insult another American? Anyway, I'll just go about my business and worry about fighting the war that's coming, and they'll have to pay for the consequences after that. And I'll get to go live my free life. Anyway, appreciate everybody being here. Like I say, if you want to support the channel, hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification. Help the channel grow. So anyway, like I say, I appreciate everybody being here. We got a long road to hoe. And the sooner we get started, it's just going to be bad, everybody. The sacrifice everybody's going to have to make because this has gone so far is great. Prepare. I tell you what, the weak is definitely going to be separated from the strong. But I made a short today or yesterday. The weak are for the servile. Freedom is for the strong. Yep, you got to. If you want to be free, buddy, it's not going to be given to you. We all can see freedom is something we have to fight for. You know, we were told as kids, the world is not fair. It's as fair as you make it. Well, they're not taking my freedom. Okay. Anyway, that's all I got for this evening. Everybody have a great, great night. This is Tom with the Hidden Truths channel. I'm out of here.